Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. In this video, I'm going to be covering the 4 biggest misconceptions that I think that beginners, have when it comes down to trading in the stock market. If you're not familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel and the largest Facebook group for those who trade in the stock market. If you want to join our free Facebook group with over 212,000 members, that's going to be that second link in the description. And again, it is 100% for free. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see this platform that I'm using. It's the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It's the platform that I use. No, you do not have to use it. So let's go ahead and just get started. I want to ask you for 2 pieces for 2 things, right? If you're someone that agrees with one of the 4 points that I'm going to be covering within this video, please, for the beginners that are watching this and maybe want other people's opinion, if you could share your own opinion and your own experience, right, for any of the 4 that I cover. If you're someone that's a beginner and has any questions about the things that I cover, in the comment section is where I'm going to be able to answer that best, or if you direct message me within the Learn Plan Profit or TechBud Solutions Discord chat. So let's go ahead and get started. I think one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make, and by a lot of people, I'm going to say from, my experience as well, is, and this is something that, as time goes on, you will experience. When a day trade, right? A lot of people, as they're getting started, focus on day trading, and especially, just like myself, focused on lower cap, usually penny stocks. I don't trade that anymore, but it makes sense. That's normally where people kind of like refer to, right? Because they have a little bit of capital and they want to really exponentially grow their money. I'm not even going to get into the penny stock aspect. I'm just going to get into the aspect of when you go in for a day trade, that day trade does not go according to plan, and you think that holding that specific stock for the other day because you're under the PDT rule, right? And you don't want to use your day trade, and you think that it's going to come back, that it's going to recover, and because you don't want to use your day trade, you're going to hold it, hope that it stays either where it's at or it opens in the green, and maybe based off one previous experience, you think that, the same thing's going to happen. I can tell you, and again, all I can speak of, or all I can speak from, is experience. In my experience, and feel free to share yours down below, in my experience, when a day trade does not go according to plan and I hold that stock or ETF overnight, in my experience, I can't stress this enough, and if you want to write it down, in my experience, a majority of the time, it will not go in your favor. And again, the easiest way for me to put this into perspective is you are here when it comes down to trading in the stock market. It's not to be hopeful. It's not to, wish that it goes according to your plan, but to make sure that it's calculated risk. If you're not managing your risk, and regardless of what you hope happens, or maybe one experience where you got lucky and it pushed up, right? It's not about luck. It's not about wishing. It's not about hope. It's about understanding that you're managing your risk every single time that you take a position. If you go in for a swing trade because you see swing trade opportunity, right? Because there's a pattern, a consistent pattern that, you see value in, great. But if there is a reason that you should probably either cut losses, use that day trade, and manage your risk, the only way, think about this, the only way that you can actually consistently grow your account is if you can control how much money you give back. So let's say someone had a 20% day. Amazing. They're on top of the world, right? They feel like they have it all figured out. They held something overnight. It shot up 20%. Oh my God, the stock market's so easy. What happens the next day? They hold something overnight. It drops 30%. How many of you guys have ever been there? Again, not the exact dollar amount or the exact percentage, but how many of you guys have ever been there where it's just a devastating type of like roller coaster of emotions where you're just like so discouraged to ever continue to trade again? All I'm going to leave you with for that first example is make sure that your best practices and your habits that you're implementing today align with your goal in the future. So if you want to do this for the rest of your life or for 5 or 10 years, the only way that you're going to get there is if you don't discourage yourself. So that's rule number 1 that I think, in my experience, and that's all I'm speaking from, I will end up more times in the red than in the green if I hold something overnight when I originally went in for a day trade. I'm going to leave it at that, all right? The next thing that so many people love to ask is, how much money do you need to start trading in the stock market? And the example that I'm going to give you is, let's say, and I gave this example during our Sunday Stock Talk, let's say that I want to become a professional basketball player. I woke up, I'm 6'4", right? I want to be a professional basketball player. I'm 24 years old. Why not? I do well in the stock market. Why not? Am I going to be playing in the NBA next week? No. Am I going to be making money next week, playing basketball? No. How is the stock market any different? There's a learning curve. You need to gain experience, you need to gain confidence, and you need to understand what you're doing. The stock market is so accessible that people think that because, they purchased a course or they watched a couple of videos, right? Two things, that now they have a certain amount of capital and they're just going to have it all figured out. If that is your mindset, I can guarantee you that you will most likely not be successful in the market if you're going to approach it like that. Again, if you don't understand every action that you take when it comes down to trading, you are not ready to trade with real money. This is a mistake that I made, and I'm speaking from experience, is people think that I have $5,000 that I'm willing to trade with. I have $50,000 that you're willing to trade with. I personally don't care how much money you have. I think that when you're first getting started, you should be trading to learn, not to profit. Think about this. Trading to learn, not to profit. So there's trading on demand, Google it, YouTube it. There's paper trading, Google it, YouTube it. There's simulation trading, Google it, YouTube it. And a certain amount of ways that you can get started where you don't need any capital. It's absolutely for free. This is for even people that are under the age of 18 with custodial accounts, right? With your parents' permission, they can open you a simulation trading platform and you don't need any money. If you're a true believer that practice makes perfect, then again, make sure that your best practices and your habits today align with your end goal. And if your goal is to be able to successfully trade in the stock market, I just want to ask you with one thing. How many people are actually successful in any market that had no understanding as, that were successful right away when they have no understanding? Like, people get lucky all the time. This is not a market where you're going to get lucky for a consistent amount of time. So over time, yeah, everyone starts with a very general understanding of not knowing anything, right? But it's gaining that experience and gaining that confidence. How do you do that? With practice and with time. And when it comes down to answering the question, if you're already thinking about how much money do I need to get started, just know that you don't need any money. You need to learn to trade, not trade to profit. So if you're already, how do I make $100 a day? How do I make $5,000 a day? If you're asking those questions, you do not understand how the stock market works. And the reason that I'm asking that is everyone makes a different percentage on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. And that percentage growth is a direct correlation based off of their position size and their account value. So if you don't understand that, then you are not ready to trade with real money. It's that simple. And feel free to comment your own opinion down below. All right, let's move on to the next one. And I can't stress this enough. And this is kind of going from step number 2. Practice makes perfect. If you're learning from YouTube videos, kind of like I did, right? From YouTube videos, Google Forms, and all that stuff that you Google, great. If you're enrolled in a course, great. Just because you're taking in all this information, it's all over the place. All I want to leave you with is with the idea that practice makes perfect, and that practice everything that you learn and don't take it as a working system. If you learn something from me or from this video, it's not like, okay, I have it all figured out. No, that's not how it works. We're all wired in different ways, but so many people have so many different trading styles, yet they still have the same end result, which is success. So what do you have to do to get that same end result? You have to build your understanding and your own trading style, which means that you can cherry pick the series of best practices and habits and working systems from various different traders and develop your own trading style. The goal is to become a self-sufficient trader and not to be told what to do. If you're, subscribed to trade alerts and all that stuff and you think that that's going to last forever, I absolutely just wish you the best. I want to make sure that when it comes down to, practicing, when it comes down to patterns, when it comes down to confirmation, when to buy, when to sell, risk management, that all takes practice. And it takes time, and you're going to gain experience, and you're going to gain confidence. Moving on to the next one. This is the last one. Something that a lot of people don't even ever get to. Scaling your trading. This is something that I've recently done where I traded with $25,000, and I scaled to now $100,000. Why did it take me years to get to this point? And what I want to leave you with is experience and confidence. I decided to trade with more money when I felt that I was missing out on so-called opportunity due to my track record, that I could make actually more money based off of my track record. My track record supported that I could actually make more money. I was consistently profitable, and I was so profitable that everyone continued to ask, why am I trading with such a small dollar amount? So if you're talking to someone, right? If you're keeping in contact with someone, and every single day you're understanding what it is that you're doing, every action that you take. Again, there's no such thing as a perfect trader, but it's working to getting to as close to perfect as possible. That's the goal, right? There's always this refinement that you're gonna have to go through. The goal is, when someone begins to question why you're trading with such a small dollar amount, that's when you can then begin to kind of have an idea of, hey, maybe I should then consider the idea of trading with more money. Not until you feel comfortable and you feel like your experience supports that it makes sense. Not just because you had one successful week or one successful month. That means nothing. The market's always changing. There's different seasons. There's, as of right now, the market is very volatile. I mean, it's completely changing. It's completely different than it was last year. And it's not until you can kind of adapt to that and understand that certain pivot that you're going to have to take with your trading style and still be okay with it. Because as you continue to trade with more money, more emotions come into play, and there's more risk. It's that simple. It's a struggle that I'm going through right now. Trading from $25,000 to now trading with $100,000, it's completely different. I feel like I've been doing very well. Watch any of my videos for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Last week, I made a little bit over $18,300. I recap every single day, and I trade live with the Learn Plan Profit group every single day. The week before, I had my biggest week ever, a little bit under $20,000 profit that week. Again, daily recaps and daily live streams with the Learn Plan Profit team. Am I ready to trade with $250,000? Heck no. Again, it's not until I am completely real with myself and that I feel like my experience, can match my confidence with the $100,000. I need to kind of, work on my emotions. I need to work on my risk management. And as time goes on, I will gain more experience and more confidence, and then I can scale. But again, to even get to that point, it's the very principle of getting started. So for those that think that they can start with from $1,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 in a very short period of time, I wish you the best. In my experience, and based off of me running the largest Facebook group and seeing these number of people go through our channel and being a part of different communities, it just simply does not work like that. Be realistic with yourself. Don't just focus on the offense, focus on the defense. And what I want to leave you with is, enjoy the process. You have nothing but time. Think about this. You have nothing but time to become a self-sufficient trader. I don't care if you're part of my group. I don't care if you're part of someone else's trading community, or if you're someone that's just learning yourself. All power to you. You have nothing but time to learn to trade. This is a series of best practices that I think that can really benefit you in all markets. I've implemented what I've learned in the stock market in various different markets. I bought my first house at age 20, and 1 year after that, I had over $100,000 in equity in that specific house. When it comes down to investing in cars, I've been doing extremely well and being able to make tens of thousands of dollars a year solely by that simple concept. When it comes down to trading in the stock market and how I've scaled, it does not even sometimes make sense. Like how, when I used to have my normal job and make, $5,000 to $6,000, $7,000 a month, right? Telecommunication sales, search it up, how it would take me an entire month to make that dollar amount. And I can literally make that in a day. And it's because of my best practices and my implementation and how I've been able to scale as a trader, build my confidence, build my experience. And all you have to understand is that it takes time, but I want you to enjoy the process. This learning process can be such a beautiful thing. When you network with people that you see value in, you build relationships and you empower others, it can be something that can truly change your life. Regardless if you experience success in the market or not, you can build a strong relationship with certain individuals and hopefully build and venture off into other ventures and create something amazing that can benefit not just your life, but those that follow. So that's all I want to leave you with. I did want to let you know that a lot of people have been asking of like what it's like to watch me trade live. I'm going to give you guys access. It's going to be the first link in the description. It's my Learn Plan Profit live trading recap for June 14th. I felt like I did an amazing job. There was some trading during pre-market hours, some trading during normal hours. Feel free to speed up the video as, again, it was very early, so I looked a little rough. But hopefully you're not too mean about it. I hope you guys enjoy it and get a taste of what it's like to see someone successfully day trade in the market. And again, that's something that I do every single day for the Learn Plan Profit group. And again, I'm the only person that trades live Monday through Friday at market open for at least 30 minutes every single day with the Learn Plan Profit group. So if you guys would like to learn a little bit more about that and work with me on a closer basis, that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, the third link in the description, and it says watch me trade live every day. I hope that you guys can join our free Facebook group. We have over 212,000 members. Again, that's that second link in the description. And if you did not watch my recap video today, I made $1,088. It was not the best day. Still very happy with how it played out. On DGAS, I made an amazing $42, but then I did pretty well on DWT, made $1,046, as you guys can see right there. So really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that I really earned your thumbs up in this video. I just wanted to make sure, and I do apologize for the second upload, but I wanted to make sure that we're on the right mindset for this week. Today's Monday. We have an amazing week, amazing opportunities ahead of ourselves. Be patient, be selective, know that you have time. And it's not a who gets, there the quickest. It's making sure that you're comfortable and confident with what you do. So really hope that I earned your thumbs up. Feel free to share this video with you, with someone that you think, would see value in it. And like always, guys, continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. All the links are down below to stay connected. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.